Namaste students, my name is JVS Dr. Neeraj Dholia, Faculty of Agriculture and Veterinary Science, Jyoti Vidyapeeth, Women's University, Jaipur. So in this lecture, we are going to study about the aggressive behavior patterns, and this belongs to the subject behavioral science. So let's start. What is the aggressive behavior? So aggressive behavior involves the actual or potential harm to another animal. So we have already discussed the altruistic behavior. So in the altruistic behavior, that was the replacement or the adjustment to the aggressive behavior, or we can say the fighting. So the aggressive behaviors can involve the altruistic behaviors also. So in that, the actual fighting or actual harm is there in the aggressive behaviors. So there are two types of aggressive behaviors. One is the predatory or anti-predatory aggression. So in this type of aggression, the animals, the prey, in which animals prey upon the defend, sorry, the predatory or the anti-predatory aggression, in which the animals prey upon or defend themselves from other animals of different species. So it is basically the inter-specific type of the behavior. So for example, the lion when prey upon the deer. So this is the example of the aggression. Their interaction, the lion have the aggressive behavior, and the deer defend itself from being preyed. So this is the anti-predatory or anti-predatory aggression. Second is the intra-specific aggression. So in this, the animals attack members of their own species. Intra-specific aggression is widespread across the animal kingdom, and it is usually can be seen. Okay, so variety of forms. So for this, we have few examples here, that the sea anemones lash at one another with the tentacles arm with stinging cells. Then ragworms batter each other with the proboscis that they use for digging burrows. Then lobster use their large claws for hitting and grasping. So these are the examples. Then tree frog whistle, and the red deer use their antlers to push and batter one another. So these are the some examples of the aggressive behavior. So now, what is the cause of the aggressive behavior? So aggression is for the competition. It is because of the competition. Competition maybe for if it is the same species, it may be for foods, it may be for mates, it may be for influence in the of the nervous system. The hormonal effect may be there. The genetics and the environment maybe have some participation in expressing the aggression behavior. Then territorial behavior also is a aggressive behavior, in which when some other animal comes into the territory of a specific animal, then it have the aggression patterns to them. So this is the causes of the aggression. So the physiological causes of aggression. What is the physiological causes of the aggression? So two things of there. One is the nervous system. Second is the by the levels of the particular hormones circulating in the blood. Okay, so nervous system and the hormonal level of some specific hormones in the blood are responsible for the aggression pattern. So what is the neuroendocrine influences on the aggression? So the neurohormone serotonin is very much involved in the control of the aggression and the dominance. So as the octapamine, that is an invertebrate analog of the norepinephrine, or noradrenaline, which in vertebrates acts in response to stressful situations. Okay, so the serotonin injections cause lobsters to take up the dominant posture, while octapamine injections include the submissive postures um, um, in the lobsters. So these are the neuroendocrine hormones which influencing the lobster for their aggression. So the balance of the serotonin and the octapamine are involved in the aggression patterns, whatever they have. So serotonin is positively influences the aggression, and octapamine is negatively influences the aggression in the lobster. So next is the aggression during growth and development. So during the growth and development, many effects are seen. First is the hormonal effect. So the developing testes of the young male mammals produces a brief surge of steroid hormones that is responsible for the development of male reproductive structures and the mating behaviors. So the hormones also have a lasting effect on the development of the brain structures that controls the aggression in the adult animals, and making these structures more sensitive to the aggression, facilitating the effects of the testosterone. So early exposure to other non-gonadal hormones such as AVP has been shown to increase the level of aggression in the adult males. So AVP is a hormone that is not related with the gonadal hormones. It is a non-gonadal hormone, but it have the aggression effects on the adult males. So thus, well documented gender differences in aggressiveness seen in many species are the result of the lasting effects of exposure to hormones early in the development. The developmental effects can also generate the marked natural variation in aggression observed in many species among the individuals of the same sex. So the developmental effect do not involve with the hormonal effects. So the hormonal effects can be differentiated into the male and female, because generally the males are the more aggressive because of the hormones, different hormone levels. But if it is in the same sex, then the developmental effects is varies here. So the aggression patterns differences in the same sex is maybe responsible because of the developmental effects. Okay, so the influence of testosterone. So steroid hormones produced by the gonads that have the male's aggressiveness and his circulating levels of androgens such as the testosterone hormone that is produced in the testes. So it is not only we are talking about the mammals, but it is from fish to mammals, found in a huge range of the animals. From fish to mammals, the aggression levels rise and fall with the natural fluctuations in testosterone levels. So it is well studied that is the castration has been found to reduce the aggression dramatically, because it is performed in various animals from the family of cow, from the family of other animals. It is performed the castration, which is the required for the reduced aggression in the animals. And experimentally, it is reinstatements of the testosterone. For instance, through injection into the blood restores the aggression. Okay, castration is results in the reduced aggression dramatically, and when we inject the testosterone artificially into the animals, then it restores the aggression patterns. So the again, the next factor is the environment, or we can say the environment and the genetic influences. So definitely, except the hormonal influence, the environmental and genetic influences are also responsible for the aggression patterns. So aggression develops as a result of interaction between the genes and the environment in which the genes are expressed. So genetic factors on the Y chromosome of mice determine whether the embryonic gonad secretes androgens and hence whether aggression promoting brain regions are sensitized to testosterone. Okay, so first of all, the genetic factors should work properly for the aggression behavior or expression of the aggression behavior. If the genetic factor is okay, then uh, the the gonads which secretes the androgen hormones, they again reach the activates the brain regions and sensitize makes the animal sensitized towards the testosterone. So that makes the aggression in the animals. So that was all about the aggressive behavior patterns in the animals. Okay, so in this lecture we have studied that what is the aggression. It is the actual or potential harm to the another animal. Then it is two types. One is the intraspecific aggression and second is the interspecific aggression. So interspecific aggression may be of predator and anti-predatory aggression. Then in next we have studied the variety of forms of the aggression through the various examples like in the sea anemones, in ragworms, in lobsters, in tree frog, in red deer. We have studied the aggression behavior of that through the examples. Then we have studied the causes of the aggression, that it is for the common resources such as foods, reproduction, the habitat, and the causes may also involve the nervous system, the hormones, the genetics, and the environment. Okay, so if first of all the genetic component should be perfect for that particular hormone to express. Then if it is expressing and the proper environment is there, then it activates the brain's area that makes it sensitive towards the testosterone, and it is behave the aggressive patterns. There are many aggressive patterns are found in the animal kingdom, and one of the territorial behavior that is very common in the carnivores or in other animals also. We have discussed the territorial behavior also in the previous lectures. Okay, so that was all about the aggressive patterns, aggressive behavior patterns. So hope you are satisfied with this digital session. If you have any query, you can write in the comment box. And this session is powered by Digital Version 2, Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. Thank you.